Hi guys and ladies, welcome back to my channel once again, and today we're going to have a look at the Starfarer Gemini. Now we're just going to have a relaxing fly around, and a few things happened to me in the couple of sessions I had a go at flying this ship. Also we'll talk about a couple of pieces of Star Citizen news which might be of interest. But mainly, we'll just have a look at the Starfarer Gemini in flight and, well, we'll see how we get on. As you probably all know, the Starfarer Gemini is the military variant of the Starfarer. Now, it's obviously primarily designed as a refueling tanker. And also, you can carry a bit of cargo. Obviously, the Starfarer Gemini has got slightly better weapons, I believe, heavier turrets and a bit heavier armour. But probably at the moment those differences in the game are pretty minimal. Now, it will probably be a little while yet before we'll be able to actually refuel any other ships with the Starfarer, because they haven't actually brought that mechanic into the game, but hopefully later in the year we'll be able to see that in action. So we'll open up the big beast of a ship, the Starfarer Gemini, and it never ceases to amaze me, the size of this thing. And to think, back in 2013 I started pledging with just an Aurora starter package, and I've ended up with this, and I've even got a ship bigger than this, but that's for the future and another story. As you can see, this is like a basketball court in here, and just amazing. Now, of course, this is all still work in progress. There are still a few glitches, especially with the Starfarer, but I'm sure they'll be ironed out in the months to come. Now, there's some interesting pieces of news this week regarding 2.5 and what could be in 2.5. On Reverse to Verse, they spoke about that there could well be a new pirate base. I think it's going to be something like called Grim Heck, or Grim or something anyway. Pretty grim sounding place. And it's going to be located in a large asteroid at Yella. So hopefully that will make it into 2.5. I don't think they're feature locked yet, but that'll be something to look out for in the next month or so. Now, one thing I like to do when I spawn a larger ship is to invite other people to come on board. Of course, that's it if they've got the F12 chat open, and that's one tip I do recommend doing, even if you don't have it open all the time. Pop into the chat and start speaking to people, because Star Citizen is a type of game which is going to be best enjoyed together, especially if you've got one of these larger ships. It's going to be a good while yet before there's any AI in the game which is going to be capable of actually following orders to help crew one of these ships. But eventually there should be some quite good AI, I believe, in the game. There seems to be quite a lot coming up over the next few months. I was talking also in Around the Verse about a change to their programming. They're going to adjust the type of programming CIG put out. Also, they talked a lot about Gamescom and what they're hoping to show at Gamescom. Looks like they've got the booth there sponsored by Intel, and they've actually got it themed like the bridge of Idris. So that's going to be well worth watching, because they also said that they're going to, I think, stream every day for 5 days. So, like most people, I can't get to Gamescom. too busy at work, I'm afraid. Wished I could go, but for those who can't go, you're going to be able to see it streamed, so should be pretty interesting. They're talking of showing obviously 2.5 and maybe the build 2.6, which will come after that. So I believe I got about half a dozen other players aboard the Starfarer Gemini, and I just took the ship for a quick spin around the Crusader, because obviously we can't refuel anything yet, that's still to come. And to be honest, I was playing a bit earlier when my F7CM Super Hornet ran out of quantum fuel in the middle of nowhere, and I could have done with being able to call up a Starfarer. Now, also in Around the Verse, they had a very interesting piece on the ongoing work for the female character model. Obviously, having a female model in the game is long overdue, but it does look like work is going well, and hopefully within the next few months you'll get to be able to play as a female character in game. This was a very good episode. It even had a studio tour by Chris Roberts, so I'll leave a link in the description and in the video itself. Well, my trip round Crusader came to a sudden but violent end when it seems like one of my fellow crew members, who I kindly invited on board, decided to test out their weapon. So obviously in the future that's something to bear in mind. When we're trying to crew one of our ships, we're going to have to be very careful who we invite on board. Well, I didn't give up on my Starfarer Gemini adventure. I decided to respawn another ship, and this time I only got one other player on board, but this time I played it safe. I went into the top turret. Well, at least I couldn't get shot in the back up there. But unfortunately my bad luck with the Starfarer Gemini, I'm afraid, continued, as although I'm in the top turret here, I decided that it would be nice to try out one of the rear facing turrets, and unfortunately I encountered a known bug or glitch which is on the issue council, where if you make your way downwards and towards the rear turret, it's something to do with the large local physics grid, I think. You actually come along this corridor and you can actually get ejected from the ship and unfortunately killed. Now I'm sure they'll fix that very soon, but I guess it's because the Starfarer Gemini is such a large ship. Now what I did do was the guy or lady who was in control of my ship actually continued to pilot the Starfarer Gemini, so I decided to actually rendezvous with the ship in my Super Hornet, but unfortunately I got a bit too close and actually chopped off one of the wings on the Super Hornet, and unfortunately pushed the Starfarer Gemini away, and the other player was actually EVAing at the time, and he wasn't too happy, I don't think, especially as I decided to try and test out to see if I could inflict any damage on the Starfarer Gemini. Managed to make it smoke a bit, but it really is a tough ship. But just then the other player appeared and he actually opened fire on my Super Hornet. I don't blame him or her. I guess He just thought I was someone who was going to take away his nice ship he was in control of. Anyway, this Starfarer Gemini continued to actually spin out of control. So I decided actually to try a little bit of EVAing and maybe try and get on board the ship myself. But getting on board a spinning ship is quite difficult. Although, remember that docking in the film Interstellar? I think I mentioned that in a video before. That was incredible, wasn't it? Anyway, I had to try and get closer. I didn't think I would be able to dock, but just then an aurora appeared and seemed to be admiring my ship, and thought, well, maybe I could get picked up in the aurora and lay in the bed for the trip back to Port Olisar. But just then, I'm afraid the pilot of the aurora got a little bit too close, and well, he made the trip back to Port Olisar pretty quickly, respawning. Anyway, I remembered then that there might be an easy way to get back on board the Starfarer. There is a little glitch where sometimes you can actually enter the turrets, and yep, I was right, and I was back on board. Didn't manage to get through the airlock, but this'll do for now. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. A little bit different this one, so let me know if you like this format. A little bit of news and also a relaxing ride round Crusader in a ship. So, until next time, please don't forget to like, and also it would really help the channel if you could consider subscribing. Well, I'll see you sometime soon. Take care. Bye for now.